wonderful book called The Prophet by Kahlil Gibran. And this is where the prophet is speaking of love to the people. When love beckons you, follow him, though his ways are hard and steep, and when his wings enfold you, yield to him, though the sword hidden among his pinions may wound you. And when he speaks to you, believe in him, though his voice may shatter your dreams as the north wind lays waste the garden. For even as love crowns you, so shall he crucify you. As he is for your growth, so is he for your pruning. Even as he ascends to your height, and caresses your tenderest branches that quiver in the sun, so shall he descend to your roots and shake them in their clinging to the earth. Like sheaves of corn he gathers you unto himself. He threshes you to make you naked. He sifts you to free you from your husks. He grinds you to whiteness. He kneads you until you are pliant. And then he assigns you to his sacred fire, that you may become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. All these things shall love do unto you, that you may know the secrets of your heart, and in that knowledge become a fragment of life's heart. But if you fear, you would only seek only love's peace and only love's pleasures. Then it is better that you cover your nakedness and pass out on love's threshing floor, into the seasonless world where you shall laugh, but not all of your laughter, and you shall weep, but not all your tears. Love gives naught but itself, and takes naught but from itself. Love possesses, not nor would it be possessed, for love is sufficient unto love. When you love, you should not say, God is in my heart. You should say, I am in the heart of God. And think not that you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. Love has no other desire but to fulfill itself. But if you love, and must needs have desires, let these be your desires. To melt and be like a running brook that sings melody to the night, to know the pain of too much tenderness, to be wounded by your own understanding of love, and to bleed willingly and joyfully. To wake at dawn with a winged heart, and give thanks for another day of loving. To rest at the noon hour, and meditate love's ecstasy. To return home at evening tide with gratitude, and then to sleep with a prayer for the beloved in your heart, and a song of praise upon your lips.
So, I recently was asked what I thought love was, and I had to think about it for a bit, but coming to the realization that I'm such an absent person, and it's very hard for me to be present when you're so absent. And I was thinking about it, and I don't really know until after it happens. You feel a hunger that is impossible to feed, and there's this giant gap inside of your heart that you cannot fill, because the lack of their presence is not feeding you. And I thought about it for a long time. As a very absent person, it's hard to live life in the moment, and it's very hard to be present. And when I was asked the question of, what do you think love is? I took a long 5 minutes before I could answer the question, and I really thought about it, and it's very hard to answer that question if you're not a very present person, considering I'm very absent, and I'm very not there a lot of the time. But I think love is when someone is not there anymore, and you feel the feeling of being absolutely starving for their presence that you cannot have. Like, you're haunted by the concept of them, physically and emotionally, because you are internally reliant on all of the good times. I think if someone haunts you, And if someone makes you starving for something that you can't have, that's love to an absent-minded person.